online transaction. I urge the government to come again on this one, because as for us, we have made our case clear that we do not believe this is going to support the growth of the banking sector. We have said that we do not accept this because it is not going to help the banking sector. Forget about that. Let's move on to the next item. The next item on the same e-transaction levy has to do with remittances. This government, Kweku's government, is telling us, Kweku, can you look at the faces of your constituents to tell them that the old lady in the village whose son or daughter is living abroad, sending that person some small money for medical expenses, sending money for school fees, you are saying you are going to tax and take 1.75% of that bigger money. What insensitivity is this? How can you be that wicked?
And just to clarify, when it has to remittance, it will be borne by the recipient.
It doesn't, yes, the recipient. So the person that is receiving the money will lose something, 1.75% of
all
that
the
money.
Other transfer pays.
Please. It is not that easy. So the recipient, and in the end, if I'm sitting out there, I've done probably 3 jobs. In fact, I call this diaspora tax. Because the person living abroad has sent money in, and he wants this money to be used probably to build a home for him. He has worked all his life and sending this remittances home. Unfortunately, he's going to meet taxation. His little savings will be taxed. This is equivalent to taxes on savings. This is equivalent to taxes on savings. We should not accept this. And then to conclude on this remittance tax, I'm sorry to say that if care is not taken, underhandling, black marketing will boom in this economy. Because people will go underground. The remittances that comes through the banking system, that helps us show our reserves. If care is not taken, we'll go underground. Is that what we want? Is that what we want as a country? Please. We cannot allow these things to happen. And then above all, you want to tax mobile money transactions. You are not telling us even the fees that you are going to charge 1.75% on the quantum of money that you are sending. Oh my God. So if I sit here and a constituent of mine calls me and tells me that, Ato, please send me money for my school fees. That little money you are going to tax, that 1,000 Ghana cedis that I sent to my constituent.
You should pay. You can afford.
Then I won't send it any longer. I will say, wait for me. When I get to the constituency, I'll give it to you. That is what is going to happen. You are collapsing the Momo industry. In fact, what surprises me is that the whole value chain is sharing 1%. The whole value chain, the commission they get is 1%. The telco owner, the merchant owner, the entire value chain is sharing 1%. Greedy NPP government is taking 1.75%, even more than the entire value chain. Okay. What is this?
Well, there's a lot to probe there, but I want to hear Mr. Kwarteng's quick reaction to this before we probe a bit of the things that we've heard.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I think Honorable Ato Forson raises quite some legitimate concerns, and I guess there will be concerns that many who have heard about this policy intention of government will have. And it is okay that we discuss them. But when I listen to him, his prayer that this policy leads to things going underground and all that happen
can be a prayer.
Will not happen. It is not. I don't think it is right that because you are in opposition, you hope that these government policies would have the worst consequences possible. It's a prayer that you should not say, Honorable Ato Forson. What I think we should wait first and foremost for, because I myself have thought about the policy. And I'm imagining if we apply it, it is applied on the way it appears on the face of it, that every transfer, that salaries, it is really going to be huge. It's really going to be huge. I will wait and see the legislation that the Ministry of Finance would bring to activate this policy. And in any event, Parliament has the power to, for instance, create even exemptions where we think those exemptions are necessary. So what I say to...
You think there's a need for an exemption? For exemptions?
The policy was read today. We need to take our time and think through this. But there could be the need for exemptions. Salaries for already, we heard that the first 100 cities, even if you were transferring 200, the first 100 cities, the way we had the text, is exempted. Now, what further?
No, that's not how it is.
That's how I understood it.
No, but no, I didn't read it. So all transactions that add up to 100 or less per day, which is approximately 3,000 per month, will be exempt from this. So once you go beyond it,